Hello, everyone. Reviewing movies can be a fun journey. Movies that are loved because they're great, hated because they're bad, and sometimes strange combinations in between. There are clear differences between objectivity and subjectivity, but it is dishonest to suggest a viewer can't like or even love something objectively bad, or vice versa. Here's an example. You know The Godfather? A very well crafted film. It even has a reputation for being a perfect movie. It's a movie I appreciate, but I don't particularly like. I get it, but it's just not my thing personally. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Well, how about the opposite? A movie that is terrible from the first scene to the last. A movie that has little logic, if any at all. A movie that had rough consequences for the stars due to its low quality. But I sincerely adore for every ridiculous moment of stupidity. This is commonly known as a guilty pleasure. Get in, buckle up, and let's explore the chaotic and nonsensical world of Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. This movie was released in August of 1991, which was when the action genre was losing momentum in theaters. It's very much a product of multiple bad habits of the era, and somehow cooked to cheesy perfection. It stars Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson, and was likely responsible for setbacks in both of their careers. But we will get into that. We open with the first unintentionally hilarious moment. A disclaimer that shows they didn't reach out to the real-life brand name companies that most of the characters are named after for any ad revenue. So far, this movie has more integrity than Ghostbusters 2016. Fade in to a cheap motel with exposition over the radio about a super drug, and a naked woman lays on a bed as she watches our highway outlaw cliche leave.
There's a new drug out there for the kids of America to bury themselves with. It's called Crystal Dream. Can you believe it?
Okay.
Now listen to this. You don't drink it, you don't smoke it, you don't snort it, and you don't shoot it. What do you do? I know you're asking yourself, what do you do with this thing? Well, what you do is you put it in your eyes, and apparently it tells you lies, all right? I'll tell you, all this decadence, and we still haven't nuked ourselves out of here.
Then we get a title card, and as you probably already guessed, I'm not saying that. We get a short montage of him cruising the American highways on his way to Burbank, California. This movie shows Los Angeles of the near future of 1996 as an overpriced, crime-ridden hellhole. Demolition Man and Predator 2 did the exact same thing. Hell, Demolition Man had their version take place in the same year. Well, in the beginning anyway. And all versions of LA in all three of these movies were closer to reality than they were expecting.
Sanctimonious asshole.
Melina Huxley, you are fined 1/2 credit for a sotto voce violation of the verbal morale.
Our highway hero saves Kelly Hugh from being robbed and introduces himself.
Pump all the gas you can hold.
That's not good business.
Hey, mister. Got a name?
Harley Davidson.
Really laying it on thick right away. Cut to a bar and we get our last topless woman for the whole movie. And we meet Don Johnson's character shooting pool. Named after a cigarette brand, but he does not smoke. Irony is best left subtle.
You know, my old man used to tell me, before he left this shitty world, 5 rules in shooting a game of pool for cash. Lesson number 1. Always shoot with a cigarette hanging in your mouth.
You know, my dad told me before he left this shitty world, they always overcharge for snacks and drinks. That's where they get you. That's also why they ban outside food and drink, because movie theaters don't draw in revenue from movie tickets. It's also why they release blockbuster action movies in the summer, because it's very noticeable if you're sneaking in food and candy in a bulky jacket when it's over 100 degrees outside. But if you actually look around, you'll notice everyone has resting don't give a shit minimum wage face. They're more concerned about cleaning up the sex mess you left behind while you're cheating on your spouse for less money than a car wash attendant makes. So go ahead, stuff that chocolate bar in any pocket you can fit, because those lost souls really do not care that much. He was a wise man. Sonny wins a game of pool, but the Native American he beat refuses to pay. Crotch Rocket shows up and saves him from a brawl, but insists the two fight one-on-one. And the short cowpuncher defeats the much larger minority who just lets him land every hit. Yeah, the fight scenes in this movie are a joke. These two have a discussion about ladies and God. Apparently, Crotch Rocket here is heartbroken about a woman who left him too.
Well, you're the only family I got, Marlboro.
God damn, that's a crying shame.
You know, I could have had a family with Jenny Ann. But marriage is for those other guys, you know? Did you ever wonder if there could be something better?
Every day.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean something different.
Talking about heaven?
I mean like God.
You didn't go and get religious on me now, did you?
No, man, but I mean, just think about it. If there is a heaven and a God, yeah, I'd like to meet the dude. You know, I'd like to go up there and hang out with him.
Our two outlaws ride together to a bar and meet up with some old friends who hustle people out of their hard-earned money with fixed arm wrestling. We learn a few things that a competent screenwriter can use as setup for a better story. But this writer also brought us Half Past Dead, Sniper Legacy, and Death Race Beyond Anarchy. So lower your expectations to 0. We see a Baldwin brother make eye contact with Crotch Rocket as he's leaving. We also learn that Crotch Rocket left town after sleeping with the wife of one of their friends. And 2 of the guys here are named after booze, Jose Cuervo and Jack Daniels. The bar itself is owned by Old Jim and is run by his son, Jimmy. This was long before Giancarlo Esposito was cast as different versions of Gus in multiple TV shows. After Jack nearly kills Crotch Rocket, they have a heart-to-heart and just let it go. So, this guy slept with the wife of this guy? And he had the nutsack to just waltz back in like everything was cool?
Out there, it's better to be dead and cool than alive and uncool.
Wow, you're either really stupid or pure evil, playing stupid. Let's find out, shall we? We get a few more moments of characterization, too. We already know Sonny does not smoke, but we learned that Crotch Rocket doesn't drink, and he struggled with drugs in the past. And Old Jim's lease is being renegotiated. The bank wants a ridiculous amount of money for them to stay in business. And our leather-clad outlaw has an idea to save the bar.
Well, there's only one place to get that kind of money so fast.
No suit's gonna loan us $2.5 million.
That's for sure.
Hey, man, I ain't talking about no loan.
I don't want to hear it, Harley.
Hear what?
You don't want to know.
Know what?
He's gonna say we should rob the bank. We ain't gonna rob any damn bank. Ain't bank robbers.
I guess scamming people out of their money really means a lot to him.
We owe it to the old man. We grew up in this place. If it wasn't for you, we'd all be face down in the gutter with a cigarette for company and a needle for good time.
You could just tell them to forget the bar and move on, cut their losses, maybe use the money to open a rehab center or something. I see very little reason to stick around in this place no matter which dystopian version it is. Anyway, Jack decides to leave with his wife. Hey, it's Vanessa Williams. Oh, now it makes sense. Maybe he's just dumb. Jack decides to not be involved and leaves before they discuss any details of the plan. Remember that. Keep in mind, Jack's wife is also Jimmy's sister, Lulu, which means sleeping with her kinda ruins the entire family dynamic. Really pisses in the pool. I wonder what else this guy can do to make things worse. As if your bad ideas weren't enough.
And if we gotta rob a bank to save it, I'll do that. But I can't do it alone.
Cut to the streets where our gang of misfits are taking their positions. Sonny grabs the armored truck as Jose and Crotch Rocket set up cones and a getaway truck. As both guards leave the armored truck, something those employees are trained not to do, Sonny demonstrates his abilities as a crack shot.
Think fast.
Guns are made to be shot, Harley, not thrown.
Go do it, Jose.
Hey, you're about the deadest shot I've ever seen. Where'd you learn to do that?
Read a book. Came with a gun.
Who are you guys?
Well, he's Harley Davidson, and I'm the Marlboro man.
Look like a bunch of two-bit hoods to me.
Now, does that look like the work of two-bit hoods?
Yeah, pros would have used my keys.
Apparently, Crotch Rocket can't shoot for shit. They tie up the guards, but the alarm sends a signal. The Misfits unload the truck without checking the bags, and several pre-Matrix trenchcoat agents show up, led by the Baldwin brother. They park about a football field away and open fire while walking slowly, missing each shot. Look, they even hit the orange cones. The stormtrooper cliche in full effect. Sonny mentions he's hitting them, but they're not dropping. You know, in theory, they could just get away in the armored truck. It's allegedly bulletproof in movie rules, but instead, something more ridiculous happens. You know what? I'm just going to show it to you. This is ridiculous. This is, look. This scene is one of the most ridiculously stupid things I have ever seen in a movie. How did Jack know to come here at this time and place? How did he know to approach from this direction? How did he not get shot? How did his Die Hard 2 trick even work? Why did these thugs jump over the bike? Did they think it would look cool? It looks more ridiculous than their outfits. How did Jack time this miracle so perfectly that it would destroy their car? If any one of those things went wrong, their plan would have failed. And Jack had no way of knowing anything beyond the name of the bank. It's beyond ridiculous, and I love it. You know what? Let's make it even better. The outlaw misfits escape to an airplane graveyard, and the bags contain the super drug. You know, the one from the radio broadcast in the beginning. Look at this thing. It's essentially a plastic brick. How did you not notice that from the canvas bags? Were they expecting gold bars? You guys risked your lives and didn't even check your loot. The next scene makes it even dumber.
Who are these men?
Judging from their ability and data we gathered, they're dilettantes. Details would suggest that they were not aware of the cargo they've stolen.
If they're amateurs, how'd they destroy 2 vehicles and then manage to get away with the goods?
They were extremely lucky.
You know what? The empty suit asks a good question. Why is everyone in this movie an idiot? How did you guys get this job? Lie in your resume? Disney hiring practices? Another beautiful woman throws herself at Crotch Rocket, and immediately after he starts crying about the woman who left him. Then, to bust up his rhythm, Sonny takes his bike even though he just saw a beautiful woman ask him for a ride home. So I guess you guys are shitty friends to each other.
You know, my old man used to tell me before he left this shitty world, the right woman can make you and the wrong one can break you.
Cut to Sonny giving the finger to a motorcycle cop who chases him through the streets. In this movie about outlaws whose preferred method of transportation is by motorcycle, this is the only chase scene in this movie. Turns out the motorcycle cop is an old flame named Virginia Slim. Get it? 'Cause it's a thin cigarette, and he's named after a different brand. Get it? Get it? Get it? After a short moment together, she tells him that she is engaged. I guess everyone in this movie is a terrible person. Apparently, he has commitment issues and will not settle down. Not gonna lie though, Don Johnson's acting in this scene is not bad. He genuinely sells being a guy that's heartbroken and a bit distressed. This role was supposed to be his breakout from TV and into film, which was rare back then, but not unheard of. So for him to try to pull that off, he brought his acting A game to this role and then some, which we will discuss later. The next morning, Virginia is woken up by Crotch Rocket making breakfast poorly and invites himself to breakfast that he forces her to pay for. This scene just repeats information we already had about the drug and how Crotch Rocket doesn't use drugs anymore. You know, a competent screenwriter could have used this as a setup about how the drug could be used on him and we witness his hallucinations. Possibly a distortion of how he sees reality and how his ability to resist the drug could be used as a metaphor as he accepts reality. Possibly even use the same women he's been sleeping with are just band-aids to a broken heart, staying on theme with his character. But instead, we get a scene that we just don't need. A scene that could have just been entirely cut. And you could also change this line.
What is it?
Unmelted, pure crystal dream.
But what the fuck is that, and what the fuck is it doing here?
To this line. Yeah, I heard about it on the radio days ago. It's bad shit. We fucked up, man. Back at Virginia's house, Sonny wakes up as Crotch Rocket and the love interest return. She goes to work, and Sonny asks for a lighter. Well, calling him by his Miami Vice character isn't going to work anymore. Henceforth, he will be known as Cancer Man. Then he steals a bike that he suspects belongs to Virginia's husband-to-be.
He's gonna take my girl, I'm gonna take his bike.
Everyone is hell-bent on making enemies with people they should not be screwing around with. Nah, this probably won't come back to bite him in the ass. A competent screenwriter might make that happen. Speaking of bad ideas, Crotch Rocket and Cancer Man decide to go to the home office of the bank that's using their own trucks to smuggle drugs. I guess Gus was not as original as we thought. After discussing how bad this idea is, we get more earthly advice.
Well, you know, if she wants you to chase her, that's the game.
Old man used to tell me before he left this shitty world, never chase buses or women. You always get left behind.
Then we get a moment I actually hate about this movie. A sin that is so damning that I still do not forgive. Yes, that is who you think it is. Yes, that dress is not enhancing her best features. And yes, this is one of only 2 scenes she has in this movie. How dare you? How dare you put her in a movie with occasional brief nudity and not put her in an appropriately inappropriate dress? How did you find a way to make her less attractive? That's actually impressive. I hate you right now.
Stay on my tail.
No problem.
So, we're led into a quiet room with a phone. Apparently, they know exactly who they are, even though they did not see their faces during the shootout. But to remove any doubt, there are cameras here. So they should know exactly who they are because Baldwin Bro and Crotch Rocket saw each other's face in the bar, up close. Kith, come on, Kith. They strike a deal for the exact amount for how much they need to settle the bar debt, plus $1 to settle a bet. That should remove any doubt as to why they needed the money. A competent screenwriter would have put that together. But remember these movies? Speaking of things that break the plot, we cut to the next scene. We see all of them except for Jim at the airplane graveyard, and a chopper lands only slightly closer than they parked earlier. This plot should have just died right here, but instead we get the trade with no one wearing masks at all. Not even Jose or Jack, who have direct ties to the bar that these guys should definitely know about. They trade the drugs for the money, and that's it. Movie over, right? Well, it should be, but for different reasons. Cut to the bar, and everyone celebrates their financial success in the back room that's obviously hidden behind a 2-way mirror. But it's short-lived when the Matrix goons show back up. They watch behind the mirror, wondering how they knew about the place, which I established a perfectly reasonable explanation to earlier. But this movie has a different idea. After seeing the mirror and some awful acting, Baldwin Bro makes eye contact through the 1-way mirror and kills old Jim.
I'm gonna regret it. I always do.
And now we're doing the kill the black guy first cliche. This prompts a ridiculous shootout scene that has slow motion, dives, plot armor, and results in 2 goons dying from gunshots, even though it has been established that they have bulletproof Matrix trench coats. Neither of the goons who die in this scene were shot in the head. And no one lands a hit on Crotch Rocket or Cancer Man when they're both in the open. So plot armor is at maximum strength while actual armor runs out of bullet HP. The remaining two outlaws escape to an airfield right next to the bar. To the movie's credit, this was set up earlier. But what the writer did with this setup is laughable. They board a plane by sneaking into the luggage compartment. A baggage handler spots them, so they take her hostage. Another baggage handler gets killed after saying, "Hey there, this area is off limits," to a guy dressed like a Hot Topic employee from the early 2000s with a gun. It goes exactly like you would expect.
Hey, Chop, in case you don't hear so good, I said get the fuck out of here!
To hide, Crotch Rocket loads up luggage as it's being fed by conveyor belt. Another employee just closes it up. And we just cut to Las Vegas. No drama at the airport when they land, no traumatized baggage handler, no security problems, no explanation, nothing. Just, we're here now, movie magic. Dumb, annoying, lazy. I love it. This movie just does not give a shit. I kinda admire that. It's so close to being brilliant, and it's so frustrating it does not go further. That will make sense later, I promise. Walking the Strip, Cancer Man talks about how he is actually from Vegas, and how one of the best rodeo cowboys is from Vegas. Obviously talking about himself, or his dad. I don't remember. I really don't care that much. Oh, right. I forgot about the running gag of him constantly repairing his boots with duct tape. It'll be relevant later. I put in only a little more effort into the script for this video than the writers for this movie. Cut to a hotel where Crotch Rocket seemingly does not give a fuck about what just happened. He's so relaxed that he says this stupid line.
Well, partner, they're not gonna find us here. They can't.
I wouldn't bet on that.
Why don't you stop whining, you know? You're starting to sound like Jimmy.
Holy fuck. Wow. This whole thing is your fault. If you didn't ride into Burbank at all, nobody would have robbed anyone. Your friends would not have been slaughtered, and you wouldn't have a drug cartel hunting your dumbass. And you just don't care, regardless of what you said? Like, remember this? Remember how you said this?
We owe it to the old man. We grew up in this place.
You boys don't owe me anything.
Sure we do. Hell, if it wasn't for you, we'd all be face down in the gutter with a cigarette for company and a needle for good time. You know, I really love this place. It's a home. Makes me feel good. And if we gotta rob a bank to save it, I'll do that. But I can't do it alone.
You realized what this means? You seduced them to go this far. They didn't want to do it, but you, the guy who can sweet talk anyone into anything, manipulated everyone to do this because you like a bar and you don't even drink. You know what? You are not Crotch Rocket anymore. You're the devil. This movie is your fault, and I kinda hate you. You know what? Cancer Man, hit him.
Jimmy's dead, you heartless piece of shit.
And that is why I prefer Cancer Man between you two idiots.
You fucking care?
Hey, Marlboro, I didn't force anyone to do it. They took the chance. And they knew the risk.
I'm no puppeteer, Kevin. I don't make things happen. Doesn't work like that. Free will. It's like butterfly wings. Once touched, they never get off the ground. No, I only set the stage.
All right, hey, look, it's my fault. And I gotta live with it.
I don't believe you. Satan is the father of lies.
But right now, me and you gotta pull it together if we're gonna survive.
Cancer Man goes to the casino lobby to make a phone call. Pretty sure hotels have had phones in the rooms since the 1950s, or maybe even earlier. I don't think that was worth researching to pin down a specific date, but he makes an intimate and emotional phone call in the public lobby just so the next scene can happen.
Do is hold on and wait.
Oh no, how did they know they were here? If finding the bar was actually not possible, even though it totally was, they should have been wondering how they were finding them much sooner. They slowly and robotically search the hotel as Cancer Man warns Satan. They decide to go to the roof because they're running out of bad ideas. Maybe it's a high ground thing? Wait, whatever happened to casino security? Don't worry about it, the movie doesn't give a shit. After they ran out of places to go, because they went fucking up, Satan has another brilliant idea. To fall into the pool below. Probably to relive the thrill of when God banished him from paradise. Cancer Man hates the idea and curses him the whole way down.
I hate you for this, Harley. I fucking hate you for this.
I hate you, Harley! Oh, shit!
I genuinely love how we see his hat fly off in 2 separate shots. The goons continue to miss, annoying even the stormtroopers, and we just cut again to our outlaws on a train. Should I even ask? Turns out they were tracking them with the spare silver dollar. It was fake. So, in this neo-Western adventure, after receiving payment with a silver dollar, you didn't even bother to check to see if it was real? Satan says they can't follow them around anymore. But it doesn't sit right with Cancer Man. He feels that Lone Star cowboy tradition that only exists in movies to make things right. Satan says he'll die, but then Cancer Man throws this line right back at him.
And if being alive means living on the run, then I don't want it.
Oh, bro, you do what you think is right. Right? I'm gonna stay alive.
Better to be dead and cool than alive and uncool.
Not gonna lie, I genuinely love that. Jumping from a moving train is a really fast way to break pretty much every bone in your body, but I love the work Don Johnson put into this character. I guess he just really did not want to go back to TV.
I trusted you. You bastard!
Cut to Virginia's house, and hold on. How did... From a train? Where was it even going? If you can just teleport everywhere, why did you even bother with the bikes? Your boots are falling apart, and you're certainly not a spring chicken. How are you not limping with bloodied feet? He rings the doorbell, and the boyfriend answers the door. You know, the same one who owns the bike he stole. Sir, this man fucked your woman in your bed and stole your bike. Oh, and it turns out, you're a cop. Do something. But he can't because the plot will not allow it. King Cuck. She pressures him about what he wants and why he is here. And Cancer Man tells her that he knows what he does not want. You know, Charles Dance once said this about acting.
As an actor, you often have to expend a lot of energy trying to make a silk purse out of a pig's ear and improve bad writing.
Don Johnson is doing the absolute best with what he has. There is just something about an actor doing their best with a shitty script that I admire, making the best out of a bad situation. He really sells this scene. And for a moment, I actually felt something here. A relatable moment. Something about complicated relationships and unspoken love. It's genuinely a somber moment. Even with the music. And I hate country music. I hope something ridiculous and impossible doesn't happen to ruin the moment. No! Go away, Satan! Where did you get that bike? Did you steal it? I know you still have the money and you could have bought a new one, but I bet you stole it. Never tell the truth if a lie will do, right? Fuck, I hate your character. Our not heroes ride off together and hang out on the same billboard as before. And we get more talk about God and more talk about how Satan can't shoot. I guess him not being a straight shooter is more than just a metaphor, isn't it?
What's with you and those fucking boots?
My old man gave me these boots.
I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I never wanted to shoot at nobody in anger. And I sure as shit ain't never wanted to kill nobody.
Shut up, you're the devil. He puts the coin back together, reactivating the tracking device. Cut to the chopper, and they see a signal just come back on the tracker. So they were just flying around, waiting to see it come back since Vegas? Why are they not suspicious? They're also needlessly rude to the pilot, because bad guys are mean for no reason. Running out of cliches yet? We get a needlessly long sequence of them landing, finding the briefcase, opening it, and seeing it only containing the silver dollar. And you mean to tell me you could not tell that this briefcase was empty simply by picking it up? So it should be dawning on Baldwin Bro that they walked into a trap. Is a bomb about to go off? Have they taken sniper positions sighted into where they planted the briefcase? Have they taken any strategic positions in the graveyard whatsoever? Nope. A competent screenwriter might have thought of that, but strategy against a superior force? Nah, that's for pussies.
Well, God, if you do exist and you're up there watching, from wherever it is you're watching from, just look away from me.
Shut up, you're the devil.
These bastards are bulletproof, so aim for their heads.
Yeah, about that. You guys didn't need headshots to kill 2 of them in the bar. And these idiots decided to not have any protective headgear whatsoever. They even confidently reload, standing perfectly still as potential headshots zoom right by. Maybe they thought headgear would have looked too stupid. How this guy dies is particularly silly. He keeps getting shot in the head and just whiplashes back like he took a punch to the face. And we're still not at the most hilarious death yet. I genuinely love the gag of Satan counting how much money he's spending on expensive rounds and not being able to land a hit.
Harley.
What?
Bucks. There's 4.
The 2 goons die, leaving just the Baldwin Bro, who gets the drop on Cancer Man. Instead of killing him, he takes him as a hostage, which is dumb, because he just needs one of them alive to find the money. He uses him as a human shield, but leaves his head perfectly exposed. He doesn't even try to hide behind Cancer Man's face. Satan points the gun he did not properly practice with at him, and Cancer Man says, "Squeeze." So he does, and hits Cancer Man in the shoulder. Meanwhile, Baldwin Bro doesn't do anything.
Shoot him, goddammit.
Keep shooting. It'll make my job easier.
Idiot, the guy pointing the gun at you is your immediate threat. The guy you're hiding behind is unarmed and wounded. Just kill Satan. Kill him, and you win. You would have nothing stopping you from torturing Cancer Man for the money. But no, you cheated on your final exam at the school for bitchcraft and villainy, then lied on your resume to get this job. So you managed to get shot in the hand and then in the head multiple times by the only character in this movie who is a worse shot than anyone on your now annihilated team. If you guys thought the last headshot was silly, Baldwin Bro takes multiple headshots from different angles and acts like he's getting punched while trying the Matrix dodge. It looks so damn stupid. It's the perfect nonsensical way to end this completely illogical action scene. It's so dumb and I love it. And yet it's so damn frustrating. And with how silly all this shit is, we are still not at the most hilariously stupid death in this movie. Cut to them flying in the chopper. I guess the pilot likes these idiots better. At least they're nice to him.
I find it real hard to believe you greased those cue balls, but it's a good thing somebody did.
Yeah? Why's that?
They were pussies. Their clothes were made out of that lightweight Japanese Kevlar.
Oh, so body armor makes you a pussy? Yeah. Say that to these guys, fucking pogue. So he gives them a lift straight to the final boss's office, and he's in a meeting with some Japanese businessmen. This is another common trope of the day, but did not age well at all. The Japanese economy was a powerhouse in the 1980s. What we hear about the Chinese economy today, similar conversations were taking place about the Japanese back then. It was referenced several times in movies like Back to the Future Part 2, and was even the premise of Ron Howard's Gung Ho, which is actually a Chinese phrase, but whatever. By 1991, the Japanese market was crashing faster than no, that joke is too obvious and tasteless. This movie used a cultural reference that was already outdated in a movie that's supposed to take place in the future. Too bad they didn't give us subtitles. The scene itself is pointless. Why have an actor go through the trouble of learning Japanese phrases if you're not even going to show what he's saying? You know how difficult it is to learn Japanese from English? It's hard. Totemo taihen desu. Sore wa jikan no muda da. Mondara jikan ga kurai. Kuso baka. I'm dragging out this explanation to point out how much this moment was wasted time and effort for no reason. He ends the meeting and takes a phone call. Notice how Cancer Man shoots the phone and doesn't give a shit about the innocent woman behind the phone directly in the line of fire. Anyone who has fired a gun knows that is a huge no-no. At least Tia is in a more flattering outfit this time. Before we continue, this scene is by far the most nonsensical moment in this entire movie. I know, I already told you to buckle up, but you're gonna need to brace yourself as well. We got a very bumpy road ahead that's full of holes so large it could swallow the truck whole. If you have any additional straps, then strap on and let's get through it. But I'm gonna have to slow this bitch down so we can observe it in all of his hysterical idiocy. First, Satan throws the money at, oh hell, what is his name? Empty Suit? I watched this movie twice today, and I already forgot. I can't be bothered to look it up either. I'm gonna call him Suit. Satan tells Suit that taking the money was wrong, and they want a fair deal for the lease on the bar. The same bar that was destroyed in a shootout, and whose owner is dead. Although there is a possible inheritance for Lulu that we will discuss very soon. She's literally the only person left alive who could do anything with it. Because these two assholes aren't gonna stick around. Suit says the lease stands. And if they came here to kill him, to do it now. Well, I guess he's got an ace in the hole that we don't know about. Typical end boss stuff. Let's see what he's got. Satan says selling drugs isn't a game. So the Suit explains how much money he makes, both legally and illegally. Satan says the game is over and tells Cancer Man to do it. As in, you know,
kill him.
And the Suit gets a funny look in his face. A combination of, oh shit, and I'm bored. Take a good look, people. This is what a desk job will do to your soul. Cancer Man points the gun at the Suit, but he will not shoot because he's unarmed.
What are you waiting for? Just kill him and let's get the fuck out of here.
You really are the devil, aren't you? I was just joking before, but now I'm starting to believe it's true.
That's not right. Hey, this scumbag killed 4 of our friends just for laughs. Still doesn't make it right. What are you talking about?
My old man used to tell me before he left this shitty world, never shoot an unarmed man.
Marlboro, fuck your old man. Your old man's dead.
Leave my old man out of this, all right?
All right. Yeah. Now he's armed.
That gun's empty, Harley.
You are the devil, whispering murderous intent into the last remaining character of integrity in this movie. You are collecting souls, tempting them, corrupting them. Then after you get them killed, collecting them.
What did you do? You put that lying bitch on the stand.
You brought me in. You put me there. You made her lie.
I don't do that, Kevin.
Then 2 guards show up. This was his ace in the hole. 2 goons. They don't even have the fancy body armor. Fucking hell, with the security guard footage alone, you are free and clear to shoot them. They're trespassing and threatening to kill you. It is too bad you incriminated yourself, though, confessing to drug trafficking in your own office. And we already know you don't give a shit about laws anyway. But what were their orders? Show up behind the intruders and not shoot them? Good job. Did everyone lie on their resume? What's even the Suit's credentials as a villain? Did you go the full DIY drug empire without doing your research? How does a supervillain check the references on resumes? But believe it or not, we are not at max stupidity yet. That is actually about to happen.
You guys, did you really think you were just gonna walk in here and shoot me? You thought that, didn't you?
That was the plan.
Yeah, that was the plan.
You guys are a piece of work like that. It almost makes me sorry that I have to kill you, but I do. I do right now.
The helicopter. The same helicopter the Matrix goons have been using the whole movie Well, it has a minigun. The pilot waves at our not heroes to get out of the way. They dive out of the way. The suit dives out of the way. The sexy secretary ducks for cover. But the two goons just stand there and take fire. It's so convenient and farcical, and I love it. Hold on. Remember the scene of the exchange in the graveyard? You know, where the helicopter was at? They could have just murdered them all with that gun right there. This is what happens when you drop out of the school of bitchcraft and villainy. Now, let's take a look at the board. The two goons are dead, and they dropped their loaded weapons. Our villain has an empty gun. The windows are completely shot out, and our not heroes have access to all the guns. So the suit says to Cancer Man,
You guys, like your buddy said, fuck your old man. He's dead, right? Fuck him. Let's see what you're made of, huh?
Alright, all bets are off. This guy hates his job and he wants to die. Cancer Man takes the gun, but still can't shoot him. So, he instead does this.
Think fast!
Get it? Get it? That's the payoff from the holdup, remember? You know? Get it? Get it? Get it? And a clumsy fight scene breaks out that's even more awkward than the rubber suit fight from both AVP movies. Yeah, there it is. Predator reference. The fight is just embarrassing. Step forward. Just take a step forward. Just one step. Just lean forward. Just quit leaning back. Don't look down. Satan can just take one of the weapons from the dead guards. But remember, he gets others to do his dirty work for him. The suit holds on to the boot that has been falling apart the whole movie. And it rips apart completely as he falls in a shot that looks even more fake than the end of RoboCop. You know, with the Slender Man arms.
Guns are made to be shot, not thrown.
Cut to a rodeo where Cancer Man has brand new boots and about to ride a bull and hits the road and picks up another beautiful woman hitchhiking, who we are sure he'll take to bed and steal her soul as she sleeps. And that's Satan and the Cancer Man. Everyone in this movie is stupid. Even Don Johnson's character when he agrees to take part in a goddamn robbery. Even if it was not a front for trafficking drugs, robbing a bank isn't just a felony, it's a federal crime. I actually used to drive a money truck, and the only way this plan would have worked is if the guards did everything wrong, which they did. The drug itself has unexplored potential. Mickey Rourke's character keeps blabbing about a broken heart and has no problem picking up chicks. And there's a subplot that involves a young woman that's completely dropped. Lulu lost her father, brother, and husband. All different people, I promise. Because the guy she had an affair with years ago popped back up out of nowhere and just ruined her life. He also cost her her job since she sings at that bar every night. You know, we need a sequel. Lulu's Revenge. The movie is terrible but easily fits into that so bad it's good category of movies. What makes it so frustrating is that it's so close to being a brilliant comedy. On the same level of Naked Gun, Hot Shots, or even something made by Mel Brooks. I honestly wouldn't change much. It just needed to lean into the silliness a little bit more. Exaggerate more shit. Lampoon the fuck out of the plot. And there are moments where you could just see them attempting that kind of thing, but they did not commit. So instead, we get a movie that doesn't know if it wants to be taken seriously or not. I love this movie for what it could have been, but not for what it is. Just like every toxic relationship I ever had, which is kind of a contradiction with the movie's greatest strength. Don Johnson, he did more than act his ass off in this. He assisted the director often. It was Simon Winsor's 7th movie, and apparently Johnson didn't believe Winsor knew what the hell he was doing, which means what we see is actually improved. Imagine how much worse it was before. I guess he really didn't want to go back to TV. He had a very active career, but was mostly known as Sonny from Miami Vice. After a few more film roles, he went back to television and starred in Nash Bridges from 1996 to 2001. But he didn't suffer from this movie nearly as bad as Rourke. After the critical and financial failure of this cheesy stinker and several others around the same time, Rourke returned to boxing. And this heartthrob face turned into this. That's right. This movie is why he looks like this. Think of what they took from you, ladies. The irony is, several small parts in this movie were held by actors who developed some notable careers. Kelly, Tia, Tom, Giancarlo, a rough entry on a resume to be sure. But luckily this film doesn't have any other actors who struggled in Hollywood. Let's not talk about the bald one. I have been meaning to make this video since I learned YouTube videos making fun of movies existed. My first time seeing this movie, I was a kid. And I was surprised to learn that Mystery Science Theater did not do an episode about it. Not even the Netflix knockoff. Mike Nelson did not even do a riff tracks for it. It was actually the worst movie I had ever seen when I saw it the first time. That is until I saw Troll 2, The Room, Plan 9, and The Last Jedi. Okay, that's unfair. TLJ isn't nearly as entertaining as the other three, and yet very little is talked about it. Probably because movies just as bad keep getting piped directly into our screens from the sewers of Hollywood. It is a forgotten disaster piece, and being forgettable is a terrible sin in media, because that means those mistakes will be repeated. And if you don't believe me, just watch Alien Earth. If you want to laugh at how badly a movie can be made and then cry about what a bad movie can do to a promising film career, this movie is for you. As for me, I think it's time to finally let this toxic, one-sided relationship go. Goodbye, movie. I will not forget your mistakes. They're too goddamn funny. But I forgive you. Thank you for watching. I will see you at the next stop.
I can't believe you fucking shot me, Harley. Dickhead, you fucking shot me. I can't believe you shot me, you shitbird.
What are you? Oh! I have so many names.